Picture this. The cameras weren't rolling, the crew wasn't ready. And yet the drama that unfolded was so explosive, so chaotic, it made reality TV look tame. Y'all, this is the scandal nobody saw coming. Yandy Smith, the queen of composure, the face of elegance and loyalty in the love and hip-hop universe, just snapped in the most shocking way possible. Why? Because she allegedly walked in on Tamar Braxton, yes. Tamar with none other than Mendeecees, in what insiders are calling a compromising position inside a private bedroom. And let me tell you, what happened next is being described as nothing. Short of a brawl. Sources claim Yandy didn't even hesitate. She stormed in, screaming, throwing accusations. And then, according to a leaked eyewitness report, she physically jumped on Tamar before security could even get between them. Tamar's wig snatched, Mendeecees, frozen, wide-eyed, caught in the headlights of betrayal. And the craziest part? Someone in that room was secretly recording the chaos. And the grainy audio clip that's now circulating online is fueling one of the biggest celebrity meltdowns of the year. Twitter is in flames. Fans are split right down the middle, half defending Yandy for defending her marriage, half dragging her for turning violent. Meanwhile, Tamar's team is spinning this as a setup, claiming she was just talking to Mendeecees. But Yandy's close friend allegedly leaked texts proving Tamar and Mendeecees had been in contact for weeks. And that's only the beginning. Because what happened after security dragged Yandy out of that bedroom might be the most jaw-dropping twist yet. The night started out like any other in the love and hip-hop universe: glamorous outfits, flashing lights, and everyone pretending the simmering tension wasn't about to erupt into a loud war. But behind the scenes, whispers were already swirling. Rumors had been building for weeks that Tamar Braxton and Mendeecees Harris were a little too close for comfort. Fans brushed it off as messy gossip. But insiders say Yandy had been quietly piecing together receipts. And when she finally decided to confront the whispers head-on, she walked straight into the storm that would flip everything upside down, according to one source. Yandy arrived at a private after-party in New Jersey, unannounced. She had been tipped off by someone in her circle that Tamar was in a room upstairs with Mendeecees, having a conversation that wasn't meant for public ears. Now, if you know Yandy, you know she's protective of her image, her family, and especially her marriage. So when she walked up those stairs and pushed open that bedroom door, the sight before her allegedly shattered her world. What she saw was Tamar, sitting just a little too close to Mendeecees on the edge of the bed. The way insiders describe it, Tamar was laughing, leaning in, her hand brushing his knee as if they'd been sharing more than just words. And Mendeecees, he didn't jump up. He didn't move away. He froze as though he'd just been caught, red-handed. That's when Yandy snapped. Eyewitnesses say Yandy screamed, "Are you kidding me right now? In my face, in my life." Before Tamar could even respond, Yandy lunged. It wasn't a shove, it wasn't a push, it was a full-on tackle. She grabbed Tamar by the hair, dragging her halfway off the bed, clawing and screaming at the top of her lungs. Tamar fought back, yelling, "This ain't what it looks like." But Yandy wasn't hearing any explanations. Security rushed in within seconds. But not before the chaos erupted into what one insider described as a tornado of betrayal. Tamar's wig went flying across the room. Mendeecees was begging Yandy to calm down, and the furniture was shaking from the intensity of the fight. The scene was so raw, so uncontrolled, that one witness said, "It didn't feel like reality TV, it felt like real life cracking apart right in front of us." And here's where it gets messier. Someone in that room was secretly recording. Within hours, a grainy audio clip hit social media. In the clip, Yandy's voice can be heard, breaking and trembling between fury and heartbreak. "After everything I did for you. After everything we built, you gone embarrass me with her." Tamar's voice follows, panicked. "It's not like that, Yandy. If you don't know the whole story, then the recording ends with the sounds of scuffling and someone shouting, "Cut the cameras! Cut it now!" Twitter exploded the moment the audio leaked. Hashtags like hashtag YandyYVs TAMAR, hashtag Mendeecees mess, and hashtag caught in the bedroom shot straight to the top of the trending list. Fans were posting memes of Tamar ducking wigs, Yandy throwing punches, and Mendeecees hiding in the corner like a man whose entire empire had just collapsed. Some fans praised Yandy for defending her marriage, saying, "That's how you handle a homewrecker," while others criticized her for letting anger push her into violence. One viral post read, "Yandy always preaching loyalty and class, but now she's out here jumping Tamar. Hypocrisy, much." But the drama didn't stop online. Tamar's sister, Toni Braxton, allegedly got involved behind the scenes, furious that Tamar was being painted as the villain. Supposed leaked DM from Toni to a producer read, "You better not let them destroy my sister's name for ratings. Yandy needs to be checked." Meanwhile, someone close to Yandy allegedly leaked text messages between Tamar and Mendeecees, proving this wasn't just a random moment. In one screenshot, Tamar allegedly texted, "You know, she don't appreciate you the way I would. You wasting time." Another message read, "Meet me tonight. I need to see you. Don't bring your phone." If those messages are real and fans are divided, then Tamar and Mendeecees had been sneaking behind Yandy's back for weeks. Okay, maybe longer. Suddenly, this wasn't just a bedroom confrontation. It was a full-blown betrayal scandal threatening to tear apart two major families and reputations at once, and the reactions kept pouring in. Spice, never one to miss an opportunity to stir the pot, went live on Instagram laughing hysterically. "Me say dem tink dem slick, but you Sion hide nuttin' from D people. Tamar Mendeecees, you play too close to fire. Now D house burn down." Fans filled the comments with fire emojis, dragging Tamar and questioning whether Mendeecees had ever really been loyal to Yandy Y. Meanwhile, Remy Ma posted a cryptic tweet, "Loyalty don't mean nothing if your heart wandering." Didn't name names, but everyone assumed it was shade at Mendeecees. And when a fan asked Cardi B in her comments what she thought of the mess, Skay simply replied with a popcorn emoji, fueling the chaos even more. But the real bombshell came later that night when Love and Hip Hop producers allegedly scrambled to get ahead of the story. Leaked production notes suggested they were debating whether to air the footage on the show or cut it to protect reputations. One note read, "Scene may be too damaging to Y's brand. Need to consider legal risk if shown." Another note simply said, "This is gold ratings through the roof if we air it raw." By now, Yandy had gone radio silent. No posts, no stories, no tweets, just silence. And that silence only fueled speculation that she was either planning her next move or trying to figure out if her marriage was even salvageable. Tamar, on the other hand, went live for a brief emotional rant. "Y'all always trying to make me the bad guy. I didn't do nothing. It's lies, setups, people trying to ruin me again. I would never disrespect another woman like that. Don't believe the hype." But as she spoke, and just when it seemed like things couldn't get any uglier, whispers started circulating that Mendeecees might have another secret waiting to detonate. Something so damaging that if it comes out, this bedroom scandal will look like child's play. The fallout from that bedroom explosion didn't simmer down. It detonated like a bomb that shook the entire Love and Hip Hop universe. By morning, fans were no longer just talking about the fight. They were dissecting every tiny detail of the scandal, and suddenly, every single move Tamar and Mendeecees had made in recent weeks looked suspicious. Clips resurfaced of Tamar hugging Mendeecees a little too tight at an event weeks earlier. Old interviews were replayed where Tamar praised his loyalty and strength. Comments that now sounded like thinly veiled flirtations. And fans being the detectives, they compiled side-by-side footage of Tamar and Mendeecees making The same late-night Instagram posts with identical backgrounds, suggesting they were in the same place without telling anyone. But here's where it gets darker. A so-called insider leak revealed that Yandy had been warned about Tamar long before this blow-up. Allegedly, one of Yandy's own friends had told her, "Sis, watch her around your man. She plays innocent, but she doesn't know boundaries." Yandy apparently brushed it off at the time, calling Tamar a sister and saying she'd never disrespect me like that. But now, fans are dragging her for ignoring the red flags. And while Yandy was silent, Tamar was cornered. She went live again, this time with tears in her eyes, swearing she had been set up. She said, "I walked into that room thinking I was having a private talk with a friend. What happened after that wasn't me. That was a misunderstanding blown way out of proportion." But the internet wasn't buying it. In fact, within minutes, hashtags like #TAMA are the snake and #Yandy was right were dominating social media. Meanwhile, Mendeecees' silence became deafening. He wasn't defending Tamar, and he wasn't defending Yandy either. Instead, a bizarre clip leaked of him on FaceTime with someone allegedly a male friend saying, "Man, I ain't even know Yandy was gonna pop up like that. I was trying to handle things smooth, but now it's all out there." That single phrase, trying to handle things smooth, set fans ablaze. What was he handling? Why did it sound like he was admitting guilt? Then came the text messages. Screenshots supposedly sent from Tamar's phone surfaced, showing her texting Mendeecees, "Last night was dangerous, but worth it. Can't stop thinking about you." In another, she wrote, "She'll never know if we're careful." Now, whether those were real or not remains a mystery, but the damage was done. The screenshots went viral, and Tamar's reputation took another nosedive. Yandy, on the other hand, was spiraling privately. According to an insider who spoke to a gossip blogger, Yandy locked herself in her bedroom for hours after the fight, crying uncontrollably and refusing to answer calls. The insider claimed she feels like her entire life has been humiliated in public. It's not just about Tamar, it's about Mendeecees lying to her face, making her look like a fool in front of the world. The insider also alleged that Yandy threatened to walk away from the marriage entirely, saying, "I don't care if the cameras are rolling, I can't take this anymore." The blogs ran with it. Headlines screamed, "Yandy files for divorce." And is this the end of Yandy and Mendeecees? But the story only spiraled further when Love and Hip Hop producers allegedly called an emergency meeting. According to leaked notes, one producer argued, "This is the storyline of the decade. We can't cut it, we need to lean into it." Another producer cautioned, "This could ruin Tamar's career if we air too much. We need to tread carefully." And just when things couldn't get more chaotic, Mama Jones entered the chat. "Jim?" Jones' mother has never been one to stay quiet, and she allegedly posted a scathing Facebook rant blasting both Tamar and Mendeecees. "You don't play with marriage, and you don't play with loyalty. Tamar, know better, and Mendeecees should be ashamed." Screenshots of her rant spread like wildfire, with fans praising her for saying what everyone was thinking. The most explosive twist came when a new recording leaked. It's time from a fan who claimed to have overheard Tamar and Mendeecees at a restaurant just days before the scandal. In the muffled clip, Tamar can allegedly be heard saying, "She doesn't satisfy you like I can. Why keep pretending?" Mendeecees' voice responds, "You know, this ain't easy. I can't just walk away." The audio was grainy, but fans were convinced it was real. At this point, Twitter was a battlefield. One side screamed, "Yandy deserves better." Another side claimed Tamar was being framed. But the wildest reaction came when Kimbala Jum Tin posted a cryptic story that read, "Funny how tables turn. Karma always spins the block." Fans immediately linked it to the Tamar Yandy mess, dragging old history back into the spotlight. Meanwhile, Tamar's family allegedly begged her to step away from the spotlight. Tony Braxton, according to one insider, told Tamar stop feeding the fire. Every time you go live, you make it worse. But Tamar refused, insisting she had to clear her name. And in her desperation, she made a mistake. She posted a photo of herself with the caption, "Unbothered." But eagle-eyed fans noticed something in the reflection of her sunglasses. Mendeecees, sitting right next to her. The internet lost its mind. "Unbothered, sis. You're caught again." One viral post screamed. Tamar quickly deleted the picture, but the damage was already done. Screenshots were everywhere, fueling even more suspicion that she and Mendeecees weren't just innocent. Friends, they were full-blown sneaking. As the scandal reached fever pitch, Yandy finally broke her silence. She posted a black screen with the words, "Some wounds don't heal. Some betrayals you never forget." No names, no details, but fans instantly knew what she meant. The comment section exploded with messages of support, with thousands of fans telling her to leave him and protect your peace. But here's where the cliffhanger intensifies. A high-profile blogger claimed to have obtained yet another recording, this one allegedly of Mendeecees himself admitting to someone that he had crossed the line with Tamar. The blogger teased the audio in a live stream, playing just 5 seconds of Mendeecees' voice saying, "It shouldn't have happened, but it did." Then the blogger cut the clip saying, "I'll drop the full tape tomorrow." The internet went insane. Fans flooded timelines with countdowns, memes, and speculation about what the full tape might reveal. Would it prove Tamar's innocence? Or would it confirm Yandy's worst nightmare? And that's when Tamar dropped her final bombshell of the night. She tweeted, "You think you know, but you have no idea. Tomorrow, I'm telling my truth." Suddenly, all eyes were on the next day. Would Tamar finally confess? Would she expose Mendeecees even more? Or would she flip the entire narrative on Yandy? The stage was set for the most chaotic revelation yet. The next day was supposed to be damage controlled, but instead, it's turned into a full-blown inferno. At exactly noon, Tamar dropped her so-called truth in a 30-minute Instagram live. That broke the internet. Over 200,000 people tuned in live. And by the time it ended, the replay had millions of views and thousands of comments exploding with shock, disbelief, and rage. Tamar began by saying, "I'm tired of being painted as the villain. I'm tired of the lies. If we're going to talk about bedrooms, then let's talk about the whole truth." Her voice shook, but her eyes burned with defiance. Then she dropped the first bombshell. She admitted she was in the bedroom with Mendeecees that night. But she insisted it wasn't what Yandy thought. According to Tamar, Mendeecees had been confiding in her about feeling neglected and trapped in his marriage. "He told me he couldn't talk to Yandy because she would blow up. He said I was the only one who really listened." But then came the audio. Tamar played a recording straight from her phone, Mendeecees' voice, soft but unmistakable, saying, "You know, I can't keep living like this. With you, it feels different. With her, it feels like a job." The live comments went nuclear. Fans screamed, "Oh my God, this is real." While others accused Tamar of being manipulative for saving those receipts in the first place, Yandy's name immediately shot to the top of Twitter's trending list. But Tamar wasn't done. She claimed Yandy had been controlling Mendeecees, financially keeping him on a leash even after his prison stint. Tamar alleged that Mendeecees had confided in her about hidden accounts and how Yandy allegedly used them to make sure he stayed loyal. "I wasn't trying to steal him," Tamar said. "I was trying to help him get free." Then Meanwhile, Mendeecees' silence became the loudest noise of all. He was spotted leaving a studio in Harlem, hoodie up, face grim, refusing to answer paparazzi questions. One photog shouted, "Did you cheat on Yandy with Tamar?" Mendeecees stopped, looked directly at the camera, and muttered, "It's not what y'all think." That short clip went viral, spawning memes, TikTok parodies, endless debates about what he really meant. As the drama escalated, Love and hip-hop producers doubled down. According to insiders, they were preparing to dedicate an entire mid-season special just to this scandal. One leaked email from production read, "This is bigger than a storyline. This is the new centerpiece of the season." The idea of Yandy and Tamar being forced to sit across from each other in a reunion-style showdown sent fans into a frenzy. But just when it seemed Tamar had gained the upper hand with her live, Yandy's allies started leaking their own receipts. A notorious gossip blogger dropped a voicemail allegedly sent by Tamar to Mendeecees at 2 a.m. in the clip. Tamar's voice slurred as she said, "I don't care if she finds out. I just need you tonight." The internet exploded all over again. If real, it destroyed Tamar's claim that she was just a friend listening. And then came the text leak of the century. Screenshots circulated showing a heated conversation between Yandy and Tamar days before the scandal broke. In one message, Yandy allegedly wrote, "Stay away from my man Tamar. Don't play with me." Tamar's alleged reply, "If he really wanted you, he wouldn't be texting me." Fans lost their minds, arguing whether the screenshots were doctored or authentic.